Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh, I have a whisper. One sec. Anyway, I mentioned doing the Moogle deliveries, and so that's what we're gonna do. I made this EU alt like 3 days ago, and I've already finished base ARR because turns out if you skip the cutscene, it's very fast. And don't get me for being a skipper. I have played ARR and Heaven's Ward 4 to 6 times. 6 times ARR, 4 times Heaven's Ward. I have a problem. Anyway, I mentioned Moogle Quest a few days ago, or last time I streamed, whatever that was. I gotta get things sorted out. And, I wanted to do it from the start, but I wasn't sure which of my alts hadn't started the quest yet. So, what a perfect time for the EU alt to do it. So... Also, what is my playtime? Just out of curiosity. Look at this. Oh, I pulled the wrong thing out. Gracie, please move. I can't put it back. No, why can't I put it back? Ah. Oh, look at this. 1 day, 1 hour, and 15 minutes, and very little of that was AFK. What do they want? I've noticed some big differences, when it comes to, like, FC recruitment over here. On NA, they just send you an invite. They don't whisper you first. They don't do anything. They just invite, and... they just send you an invite, and that's it. And I always reject them because if you can't at least whisper me first, what's the point? But over here, everyone is, like, whispered, aside from one. I have been whispered first, asked if I want to join an FC, and I'm like... man, that is so nice. Why can't NA do that? Okay, I do believe this is where we start the quest. Let's see here. Is it the errant? Oh, let me double check. Yeah, second one. All right, 7 hells. Are these bloody furballs blind? FFXIV, not Scar's first win. It's writ clear as day. Pardon me. The Moogle nope, there goes my earring. Sorry. Okay, the Moogle meant no harm, I'm sure, but this marks the 3rd time this past fortnight I found myself in possession of a delivery intended for another. I do not expect all Moogles to be well versed in Rogan naming conventions, but when they are unsure of the intended recipient, could they at least have the courtesy to ask before dumping it off and flitting away unseen? Look closely here. This is a missive clearly marked from my brother, Rosflo Scarnfusswin. He makes his name in Limsa and serves as guard duty at the Octant more often than not. I have a mind to send this letter right back where it came from, but my confidence in the furballs wears thin. I put my trust in them, and I'd not be surprised to see the letter end up in the hands of Healdfeder himself. Perhaps you could deliver the letter to Rosflo the next time your travels take you to Limsa? And tell him that though his sister would never think of reading his mail, she thinks he could do much better for himself than some vapid tavern wench. Oh boy. Alright. Gracie, I need you to not. She is once again running laps around my desk. Only does it when I'm streaming. Any other time, she doesn't care that I exist. Alright, let's go to Limsa. And let's find our brother. Also, I didn't realize that the Rogadin naming conventions included different last names as well. Ish, sorta. Although I guess one could be like boy and the girl. I don't know. Where is he? I am stupid. And directionally challenged. Ah. If you're lost, you best get found, and quickly. The streets of Limsa aren't known to be kind to lubbers and loiters. A letter for me, delivered to my sister of all people? Well, isn't that just bloody brilliant? Perhaps next time those bloody furballs could just forward all my personal correspondences to the Admiral herself. I dare say the consequences would be less dire. 100,000? No, 100,000 apologies, my good sir. I am most profusely, profoundly sorry for the terrible inconvenience I have caused. You may rest assured that the offending Moogle has been flogged several times with a large harbor herring as due punishment for his negligence. Oh no, I have auto thing on. No! What was the rest of that? Herring is due punishment for his negligence. Kupo ow ow. You have my word that we delivery Moogle shall redouble, triple even, our efforts to ensure that our precious parcel, no precious parcel or missive, ever again goes astray. Behold, for I shall now perform you for me the Moogle dance of inimitable integrity. Okay. Settle your wings, my Moogle friend. I don't believe that will be necessary, and by that I mean, for the love of God, just don't. Wait a bleeding minute. Am I to believe I'm talking to a Moogle in the flesh? Well, if this isn't a rare occurrence. By the limb take me if you aren't the cutest little bugger. Just moments ago, I'd a mind to wring the incompetent courier's neck, but I'm not so petty a man as to vent my frustrations on a defenseless ball of fur. Oh boy, they are anything but defenseless. Moogles can be terrifying. Not as terrifying as Tonberries, though. Just saying. Besides, how can I hold it against you? What with the population of the realm burgeoning of late, I'd be lying if I said I'd be lying if I said I myself didn't have trouble keeping names and faces straight. Any road, what's-her-face here is kind enough to deliver my letter, and I have your word that no more mistakes will be made. As far as I'm concerned, this is all water under the bridge. Oh, you are too kind, the kindest, good sir. And for you, my adventuring friend, I dare say you would make a superlative delivery hitter if you put your mind to it. Traveling to far-flung lands, rekindling old friendships and cultivating new ones, staying abreast of the latest happenings in the realm. Why, if there is a more fulfilling career to be had, I know not of it. So, what do you say, Kubo? I mean, I don't really have an option. I mean, I do, but I don't. You want me to be... Do you want to be a delivery hero, Kubo? Unfortunately. Now that's the spirit. In recognition of your efforts on behalf of our friend Rosflo, I hereby waive the stringent screening examination typically administered to those who would join our ranks. Welcome aboard. I am the deputy post Moogle in charge of tutelage and training. In other words, your superior. As such, you will address me with due respect and follow each and every one of my instructions to the letter. No pun intended. Are we understood, Kupo? Of course we are. Now, allow me to explain your duties. When you see me floating about in the vicinity of where we now stand, you may take this as a sign that I have one or more letters that I cannot be bothered or that I have deemed suitable for your training. Approach me, declare your readiness for the task, and I will entrust one of said letters to you, along with directions for its delivery. And so your journey begins, Kupo. Mind you, until you prove yourself, I will be overseeing all your deliveries to ensure that you do not shirk or slack in your duties. Not not that a dutiful delivery here like you would ever consider such a thing, yes? I mean, I do kind of want the items. So, hand them over. Yay, we have attained rank 1. Yeah. So the way this was originally done is it was kind of like Hildebrand, and it got added in with each patch, but they stopped doing them after ARR. There are no Heaven's Ward ones or anything. So there's like 13, 15, about 20 quests, I think, in total. I don't think we'll get through very many today. If it isn't my new my promising new recruit, the twinkle in your eyes and spring in your step, simply shout out to me. I'm ready for my first assignment, Mr. Deputy Post Moogle, sir. Do I hear you correctly? Of course I do. Well, this is your lucky day, for I've picked out what should prove the perfect task to start off your training. To wit, I have here in my paws a letter that needs delivering to Batteron, proprietor of the Drowning Winch. A simple task, you say? Perhaps and perhaps not, for delivering Moogle's task does not end with the handing over of a piece of parchment. No, the conscientious carrier lends her ear to the addressee and sees the job through until her customer is happier for what has been received. Being the accomplished and eminently visible adventurer that you are, I suspect that your clients will be even more eager to enlist your services than they would with an elusive Moogle like myself. Consider this an honor and a privilege. As the one in charge of your training, I shall wait here for word of your success. You will succeed, won't you? Yee. Anyway, we'll see how long these take. Don't have a lot of time for stream today. Johnny Winch. But like 2 hours is about my average, so I guess that's pretty normal. So however much we can fit in 2 hours is how much we're doing. Hey, Bateron. Now here's a face that what always warms me heart to see. Ever a shining example for all the would-be heroes and heroines in these halls. You've a letter for me, you say. I cannot do pirate speak very well. Would I figured you'd have a more pressing task on your plate than playing messenger girl. Oh my god. Why do you make me talk to pirates? But who am I? What's this? Bugger me. Of all the times for him to show up. Hate to burden you, but I'd be much obliged if you could help me with a simple task. Sure. I knew I could count on you. The moment I saw your face, I knew the navigator had guided you back. They guided you back here for a reason. I try to like combine ye and guide, and yeah. The reason? To help me settle the score with an old acquaintance of mine. The man's worked up quite the bill, and it's past time for a reckoning. You're to find the bastard and bring him here to old Bateron. I can trust you with that, eh? You'll find him out in middle of the Nose. A rugged fellow of his imposing stature and less than imposing brains. Like it's not up to trouble of some sort. Oh, and speak with... Oh god. Dojibi before you set out. She's prepared the perfect welcome gift for my dear old mate. Okay. You know, you don't see many S tribes around. Or many of the S tribe. So you're the going out to greet our guest of honor, are you? Baderon hasn't told me much about the man, but his steely gaze speaks volumes. As you know, Baderon was an accomplished sellsword in his younger days, made his share of friends and more than his share of foes, and the latter was none too shy about bringing trouble into the premises. A Rogan fellow in Middle Linosea, was it? Ah, but I'll pry no further. One thing I've learned in my time here is to not poke my nose into disputes that don't involve me. Here's the gift Baderon asked me to prepare. I trust that it will serve you well. Alright. Let us go find this man. What if we try to do these quests as ARR intended and not fly? Nah, that would take longer. Alright, heroes. Let me get another drink of water. Have mercy, my wine is my livelihood. Quit your cowering. I ain't looking to steal nothing. Just be wanting a ship, that's all. A big ship. Har har. An adventurer. Thank the gods. This brute means to rob me of my livelihood. You must stop him. Have some water. Cool off. Alright, you're asking for... what the sound was? You're a godsend, friend. I tell you, that brute is a menace, to be honest. Or to honest merchants everywhere. You will find him and bring him to justice, yes? Sure. Have mercy, woman. I didn't mean the little man no harm. I just had a few too many. Ugh. An old foe of Baderons. Ain't that rich? Har har har. Why am I doing these sounds? I'm the best bloody mate the old bastard's ever known. Whether or not he's willing to admit it. Name's Twelve Swain the Sellsword of some repute myself, though more of me prowess with a flagon of ale than the spear at me back. No, you'll not see me blaming Baderon, nor you, of course, for the soggy welcome. I dare say I earned it for my last trip to the Winch. As a matter of fact, I've even brought Baderon a small token of apology. Just me own way of saying sorry for all the troubles I stirred up at. Well, bugger me to the seventh hell and back again. They left me bloody bag back at Mumsford Arms, was it? Forgive me, lass, my memory's still a bit hazy. I'd go back and search myself, but in addition to not knowing quite where I came from, I'm still feeling a touch queasy. I almost said uneasy. Be a nice lass and retrace my steps for me, will you? If you don't know where you came from, how am I supposed to know where you came from? Huh? With any luck, the fellow there, damned if I remember his name, is keeping me belonging safe and sound. How am I supposed to retrace your steps if you don't know what your steps were? Good thing I got quest markers. Which I'm going to assume is icily chalked up to the power of the echo or something. I mean, it's how we know attacks are coming. AoE markers. Stone. Hello, stranger. What brings an impressive-looking young lass like yourself to my humble orchards? That bloody drunkard? Of course I remember him. How could I not? Left his mark all over the bedding and floor. And this after I went out of my way to furnish his room with proper spitting box. Ugh. His belongings. I had my hands plenty full cleaning up his foul spew. If he left anything else behind, like as not, it's still there. You're more than welcome to explore, though I'd suggest you watch your step and hold your nose, particularly if you've just eaten. Ugh. So clearly the man can't hold his ale. Oh, look, conveniently placed leather satchel. Wow, that was easy. Alright, let's go hand this off. Oh, hey, I should probably... Did I attune to the Aether? I don't think I have. If I haven't touched the Moogle or the Chocobo Keep, I have not licked the crystal. There we go. Also, I am seriously contemplating changing to a Viera because I do not have a female Viera as any of my playable characters, but I don't know. Not sure. I have 3 Fantasias sitting in my in my inventory. And it's like, do I use them? Back, are ye? Did ye happen upon me belongings, mayhap? Just a small satchel, nothing too fancy. Bloody brilliant. Aye, for the moment you doused me with that wet stuff, I knew I'd made myself a friend. Don't know about you, but after all me troubles today, I've worked up quite a thirst. What say you join me at the winch? First pints on Batorod. Isn't this what got you into trouble? Nah, The quests don't start off all that great, but there is one that I find absolutely hilarious because I have the maturity of a 12-year-old. And there he is, just a drinking. Ah, welcome back, Akiva. Ye've me apologies for getting you mixed up in the dealings a couple of sellswords. Have a pint of me finest, and regardless of what he might have told you, Toilswin paying for all comers tonight, including yours truly. You've not changed a whit, Bateron. Still a thankless, bloody bastard. Har har. Thankless me, says the insufferable sot who won't be content till he drinks his so-called best mate out of house and home. Mark me words, Tails. He doesn't say me, he says my. Like, the pirate speak is inconsistent. Mark my words, Tailswin. If you conveniently forget to pay your tab this time, I'll hunt you down to the 7th L. Bateron acts all tough, but trust me, just a moment ago he was going on about how happy he was to hear you were safe. Here, this one's on the house. I hear it's your favorite. You needn't worry, Lash. Old Tailswain and your master go way back. Gone soft, if ye ask me. Why, back in our day, you couldn't call yourself friend of Bateron till he drawn steel on ye at least twice. Then I should consider myself fortunate that we only become acquainted. Oh my god, we only became no, I can't even say the word now. It's just acquainted more recently. But do tell, good sir, what is the story behind those coins? The remnants of some hidden treasure, mayhap? Treasure? Ha ha, you and I both wish, Lashy. No, I fear it's a little more a memento of days long gone and none too well remembered. Back when Bateron... Okay, I'm gonna stop with the slurred... SHs, because oh my god. Back when Baderon and himself were still wet behind the ears, a grizzled old veteran, at least he looked grizzled at a couple young pups like us, took a liking to us, took us under his wing, and, as it were, it was a kindness in days when kindness was hard to come by. Carried with him these here coins, he did. See the face of the spinner, said her fair gaze watching over him was what kept him living where, excuse me, where all his old mates had a tendency to end up dead, or worse. Chanced upon him a fortnight ago, on his deathbed, the poor bastard. Said he lived a good life, but his luck had finally run its course. Didn't have much to leave behind, save for his lucky coins. Coins he wanted to leave to a couple of not-so-young pups, that they might enjoy a life as long as his. A touching tale indeed. Now, perhaps you can answer a long-held question of mine, good sir. Why ever would a sellsword of renown such as Baderon forsake his blade for the life of a glorified barkeep? You've not heard that story. Mind ye, a detail or two might have slipped from your memory, but I'll give her a try. It was 20 years ago or thereabouts, with the realm finally at peace or something resembling it, a great mercenary captain had a plan. This man, a living legend if ever there was one, brought all the sellswords who were itching for a new fight under one roof. So it was that the Adventurers Guild was born, and there were no shortage of eager applicants. Everyone and their uncle was looking for an adventurer, save for one young boy, the son of the very man what founded it. This boy wanted only one thing, to follow in his father's footsteps and make a name as the greatest sellsword who ever walked the realm. Did the boy give up his dream? Did he reckon he'd already achieved it? Can't say for sure, lassie. Only that the boy is now a man, and the man stands behind a counter at the Adventurers Guild, dispensing advice to young glory seekers like Elgiva here, and ale to old drunkards like himself. Is this true? Why, that would mean Baderon's father is none other than... key smash, I can't say her name. Okay, moving on. I pay you to wipe the tables, not wag your bloody tongue. Now get back to work before I throw you out in the gutter where I found you. And just when things are starting to get interesting, I am curious who his father is. And with that, Baderon, I best be on me way. Spend any more time around that lovely lass, and this lonely old sellsword is like to get jealous. Besides, if I empty your cask today, what will I drink the next visit? Aye, walk away while your legs still hold you, you blundering oaf. And come back any time for a pint of me finest. I'll see it dumped right over your fat head. And I do believe that's it. Yay, we're done. Let's go talk to the Moogle. Alright. I think we can probably get the Remore quest done. If it isn't my dutiful assistant, I trust you fare well on your first assignment. Do tell me all about it. Why, you don't say. Baderon has never been an easy customer to please. And I pulled out my whiskers the time I dropped a letter and a flagon of ale. But it sounds like you made a fabulous first impression. As your senior, I couldn't be more pleased with your efforts, and with myself for having discovered such a talented new recruit. But this is no time for to rest on your laurels. Oh no, for each day it brings new letters, and the deliveries that await will take you even further afield. I dare say you might encounter clients who will make old Baderon look like a cuddly chocobo. But it's all in a day's work for my able assistant, yes? When you're looking for your next assignment, you know where to find me. Just take that one. Go take the sandwich. Level up. Alright. Alright, we got 2 this time. Well, if it isn't my favorite assistant, back and eager as ever. As a reward for your zeal and your duties, I have what should prove to be a positively delightful task, Kupo. I have a letter here addressed to Mother Mion at Gridania's Caroline Canopy, but I can just feel the warm rays of the sun trickling down through the leaves, a piping hot cup of tea in my paw. Why, I've half a mind to deliver the letter myself. But let it not be said that the deputy post Moogle keeps the more pleasing task for himself. No, the job is yours, and you need not so much as ask for it. Happy message carrying. And let's go ahead and grab the other one. Well, look who's back. I'll give you 3 guesses what I have in my paw, and the first 2 don't count. Why, yes, a letter. However, did you know? It's addressed to Momodi, the ever-charming proprietress of the Quicksand in Ul'dah. Sounds like a pleasant enough assignment, wouldn't you say? But this is no ordinary letter, oh no. Why, I've strained my eyes at any sign of the sender's name, but it's nowhere to be found. An anonymous, pestle? Sounds like a task for my most capable assistant. Alright, we're gonna go to Gridania first, because that's where my home is at. And right down here. Also, at some point I need to get myself an umbrella. Just because it's cute to have one. Hello, Mother. I return. Welcome home, friend. You've made quite the name for yourself, haven't you? At times, I swear that even the trees themselves are abuzz with tales of your exploits. A letter? Let me see. Oh, why, it would seem there'll be an ever greater demand for ill pies in the coming days. And once again, the oven calls, not that you'll find me complaining. After all, some go their entire lives without knowing how it feels to have one of their creations beloved by Eorzeans the realm over, which, come to think of it, reminds me of a story. How did it go again? Ah, yes. Many years ago, when I was no taller than the counter before us, a Lalafellin artisan and his daughter came here to the Twelveswood. Of the circumstance which brought them here, I know little, for the father was a man of few words. What I do know is that they had left behind their home, traveling far and wide across the realm before settling on Gridania as their new home. The elements care little about borders drawn by men. All who treat the forest with compassion are welcome within. Sadly, people in those times were not quite so understanding. The poor man and daughter endured name-calling, spiteful pranks, and worse. My grandfather took pity on them, offering them shelter in this building. In those days, it was little more than a glorified storage cabin, far from the bustling center of activity it is today. My grandfather minded the watermill, you see, as his father before him, a respected position that afforded my family a certain status among our peers. Though not all approved of my grandfather befriending the outsiders, none dared give voice to their objections. With time, Gridanians came to understand that whensoever they hailed, the man and his young daughter were honest, peaceable folks, no different from many of us. Gracie? Cat, please. With the blessing of their newfound countrymen, the love the two harbored for their new home deepened. When talk arose of erecting a new water wheel, the father, originally a shipwright by trade, was among the first to offer services. My grandfather soon joined him. Though not without hardships along the way, the wheel eventually rose, standing even today as one of Gridania's greatest architectural achievements, and a keystone to our very livelihood. If you are not in too much of a hurry, I would like very much to show it to you. But before we depart, I would ask for a small errand. Would you be so kind as to pick 4 Carline blossoms around about town and bring them to me? I would accompany you, but alas, the kitchen calls. Alright, let's go find some flowers. Flower picking duty in the rain. And I think there's 2 in New Gridania and 2 in Old. Okay, let's go this way first. So how is everyone? I know I said like the start stream, but you know, maybe there's some new folks here. Also, I've never finished all these quests. I have only... I think I've gotten as far as the long haft quest, and that was it. Oh, no, it's... Okay, never mind, we can go this way. What is this? I should probably pick up a pup no longer and go ahead and turn that in. Let's go ahead and grab it real quick. Alright. Next time we head to, well, not today, but after I get done with stream, I guess I will unlock PvP. And then do just enough CC to unlock the emote. Although I really do want that mount. I need to pick a character to grind for it on. I don't know if you've seen the mount, but it's a, it is basically a Lockport mount. It's a robotic bunny. It's the problem with alts. I don't really have a main to pick a, you know, I can just grind on. I'm like, I have so many alts. So many. I was looking at my list today, or the other day, and I have 12 now. And I think I need to delete at least 4 of them. Because I do not play them. And they're just kind of sitting there. They were made on a whim. Although one of them does kind of have a character attached, so... I don't know, it's kind of hard to delete her. No, it's over here. Alright, let's return to Mion. Actually, I'm gonna turn that off. We don't need that on. Let's see... Just go airship landing. That'll be the fastest. Alright, I have found your flowers. Ah, welcome back. Were you able to procure the Carline blossoms I asked of you? I did. Ah, how lovely. Though hardly a rare sight in Gridania, these flowers never fail to bring a smile to my face. The water wheel I would show you is best seen from the Jaded Flood. Go on ahead. I shall be along after I see to my duties here. Alright. Let's head out into the shroud. Go ahead and run. Fishing. I need to pick up fishing. So I can do ocean fishing. I love ocean fishing. Ocean fishing is so fun. I love when you get a ship full of people that are just like chattering. Oh, now I need this on. Alright, it is right over here. Oh god, why? Please don't turn around and perceive me. No, 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 no. Okay, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I hate it. No, terrible. Elgaiva, I hope I've not kept you waiting over long. Come now, let us look upon the water wheel of my tale. Behold the pride of our nation, Figaga's gift. Is she not magnificent? Countless times I've come here, yet each time I stand in awe of her sheer size and beauty, knowing that it was... It's just the cat. Knowing that it was born of a special bond between my grandfather and a lava-felling builder elevates it to a special place in my heart. Would that I had lived to see it complete. Or would that he have lived to see it complete. Whoops. I spoke of hardships, yes. Not days after he finished drawing up his draft for the new mill, the poor Lalafell, hale and hearty of his age until then, suddenly took ill. What started as a cough soon grew dire, and within a fortnight he had passed. Damn, that was fast. Without his chief builder, the ambitious project came grinding to a halt. At first, there seemed no recourse but to abandon construction entirely. Then the daughter set forth, vowing that she would see her father's dream to fruition. Though none could deny her pedigree, the girl had never lifted a hammer in her entire life. Not letting this, nor the doubting words of others deter her, she promptly enrolled in the Carpenters' Guild, vowing to follow in her father's footsteps. People laughed. Who was this shy little girl with a yellow blossom in her hair? But within a year's time, all could see that the girl was a prodigy with a hammer. In 5 years, she had mastered skills that would take an ordinary carpenter a lifetime. In 10, her father's dream had become a reality. The shy girl with flowers in her hair had blossomed to a strong... Why? Had blossomed into a strong, proud woman, and one of the greatest builders of our realm has ever known. Such is the tale of Figaga. But to think of the wonders she might still have wrought. Alas, not long after completing the gift to us, she succumbed to the same foul plague that took her father. Though she's with us no more, she remains an inspiration for the women of Gridania. Myself first amongst them. It is here, in view of the father and daughter's greatest accomplishment, that I buried their ashes and built a small monument to their memory. It's the music, goddamn. Music has been used for so many, like, sad moments that I cannot hear it without tearing up. Once again, I thank you, Ogaiba. The flowers you picked surely brought a smile to Figaga's face today. Now, shall we return? Yes, to the place that I named in her memory. Which one is this? Fornius. Okay. That is a really big damn water wheel, though. Like, I'm not even sure that's something we could do in real life with wood. I mean, maybe it's possible, but, like, I don't know. It's really elegant looking, too. Alright. Finish off this quest, and then we will head to Ul'dah. I like this story with Momodi. It's kind of funny. It's also kind of sad. I won't spoil it, though. A Cyclops VTuber? Sort of? I guess I would do my introduction. Hello, my name is Quintania Arias. You can call me Quinn. I am a VHS devil. Well, was VHS devil. I was trapped on a VHS, and someone thought it was a good idea to release me onto the internet, and now here I am. On a less in-character thing, I have gone through so many designs, and the singular eye just kind of came out looking cool. Yeah, I have a tiny bit of lore. Just a tiny bit. I was once trapped on an old silent film that was later put onto a VHS, and then eventually released onto the internet. Now here I am. I'm just a humble little devil. But yeah, I spent, oh my god, I have spent 2 years trying to come up with a design, and here we are. This is what we have come up with. A basically like TV-ish screen with a singular eye. Actually, let me, if I go to my just chatting, you can kind of see it better. There we go. See, it's like a little TV screen with a little eye projection on it. I will hopefully eventually get a actual proper live 2D model. I take it it's not your first time playing 14. No, I have been playing on and off since 2016, and since about just before Shadowbringers release, it's been mostly on. This is actually an EU alt that I made to play with some folks, and I spent 3 days speed running to level 50. Or level 50 job quest. I have finished, obviously, 2.0 on this alt, and I imagine in another 2 days I will be almost done with Heaven's Ward. I have played through ARR 6 times and Heaven's Ward 4 times, so if that tells you anything. But I've never actually finished these Moogle delivery quests, and I thought it'd be kind of... So what I'm hearing is we're getting the cane of the round as the glamour for now. What I'm hearing is... I'm not sure I understand that. I haven't set up any glamours on this character. Yeah, I wanted to do the Moogle quests because I haven't finished them, for one. I've started them on a bunch of alts and never finished. So I figured this would be a good way to do it, make some content out of it. Anyway, let's finish with Mion here. Thank you for accompanying me today. I had hoped to share the tale of Figaga with you for quite some time now, having come here as you did from a faraway land. In transforming my grandfather's old storage cabin into the Caroline canopy, it's the nicest white mage glamour in Heaven's Ward, in my opinion. I'm not sure I know that one. King of the Round. Hold on, I gotta Google it. Let's see. Huh. I do not recognize this weapon. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Oh, is this the artifact one? Oh, it's not? Huh. I don't think I've ever seen anyone use it. Because I do not recognize the model. Oh, it's a Carpenter 3-star recipe. Huh. Oh, damn. Now I might have to actually make this, because this looks nice. Oh, the King Thornton fight. Okay. Yep, I have never seen anyone using this cane before. That is a really neat looking one, though. I'm gonna have to get that at some point. Anyway, back to the quest. Yeah, I don't... Honestly, when I see a white mage, they're all, like, using the newest canes. I don't see anyone using any older stuff. And even my, my main, which I basically only have white mage all leveled up and good for stuff, is using the, Shadowbringers relic. Because I think it's really pretty. In transforming my grandfather's Caroline canopy you see today, I sought to carry on the spirit he showed to his Lalafellan friends, a spirit of welcoming and acceptance for all who seek shelter here regardless of their origins. Yeah. And it was in the same spirit that I came to devote my life to looking after those who would seek adventure. And what a fateful decision that turned out to be, yes? So it was that I came to stand behind this counter. So it was that I met you. And so it was that I received the joyous tidings that you brought to me today. For you see, the letter you delivered was an announcement from the Adventurers Guild. It would appear that I can look forward to a sizable group of new recruits in the days to come. Nothing could make me happier. I wanted to share this news with Vigaga and with you. After all, 'tis in no small part thanks to your exploits that so many brave young men and women would step forth to bring succor to our realm. Yeah, but then you got stories like Edda, which is just absolutely heartbreaking. That girl deserved better. Truly, you are a gleaming example to all. May your star shine forever bright upon us, Algiva. Algiva. Man, I can't say my own character's name right. How did I even come up with this name? Oh, right. Yeah, so funny story. I was doing randomly generated names because I couldn't think of what to go with, and I got some name, I can't remember what it was, so I googled the name meaning, and it turns out it's just like a different spelling of the name I'm using now, Algiva. And I was like, oh, that's... dang it, why am I going that way? Could have just gone to the airship down here, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So, that's the name. I can't remember exactly. Is it like elf something or another? Hold on. Can't go to the gold saucer yet because it's not 10 a.m. Alright, I love this little story. I think it's really cute, but also it's kind of sad. Not make me cry sad like the previous one. And I think after this, we'll do the long halved quest because that one is funny, and then we'll probably leave it at that for today. I don't want to overdo it. My body has felt like a sack of bricks every day I wake up. So. Well, if it ain't Algiva, good to see an adventurer who checks in with the guild from time to time, even after becoming all famous and the like. What brings you to the quicksand today? I have a letter from a very persistent admirer. A letter. Next thing I know, you'll be sprouting a pom-pom and ending every sentence or every other utterance with Kupo. Oh, how curious. It would seem the sinner's forgotten to sign the envelope. Oh, my beloved Momodi, my riches would buy all the jewels in the realm, yet none would shine as bright as thee. Say that you will be mine, and... Blech. Good gods, no wonder the letter was anonymous. No man in his right mind would claim authorship except the hackneyed... or would claim authorship of such a hackneyed... No, I don't have that right. Hackneyed. Pretentious load of... something like that. Momodi, my love, I see that my Maleficent I give up. I can't with words today. Missive finds you looking as beautiful as ever. Oh, it's you. Why did I find myself entirely unsurprised? I've lost count of how many times I've spurned your shameless advances to your face. Must I now do the same in writing for you to get the bloody message? Shameless? You boon me, Momodi, my love. Why, my advances are positively shameful. That's not the right word, is it now? Picture the scene. A mysterious letter, a secret admirer. Is it somewhat outlandish for a man to think that the subtle romantic approaches might stir the flames of passion into the beloved's heart? Says the fool standing before me for the third time this week, still sporting the same ridiculous jacket. Our guest clearly lacks the courtesy to introduce himself, so allow me. This is Thomas So-and-so, son of the spice merchant someone or other, and the richest and most eligible young bachelor in all of Ladaw. Forgive me if I've forgotten some of the details. I've only heard the story some 20-odd times now. This is Elgiva, the woman who wasted her precious time hauling your rubbish halfway across the realm. Is that so? Smashing work, my girl. Remind me of your name again later, and I'll be sure to put you on the guest list for when my lovely Momodi and I are wed. I have to wonder, what is the age difference here? Like, how old is Momodi and how old is the kid? Like, he's gotta be not even 20, and Momodi's gotta be at least in her 30s. So clearly this dude likes older women. Do you see, my love? This adventurer's efforts were not for naught. No, you need only promise your hand to me. Promise that forever my Momodi and mine alone you will be. In person or in ink, my answer is the same. Come back when Thanalan freezes over so I can reject you again. Alas and alack, and I should have known. Yes, that hairpin that adores your lovely lock speaks loud and clear. Admit it, Momodi. After all these years, you still harbor feelings for him. Why, you've some nerve walking into my place of business and spouting such nonsense. Nonsense, my beloved? Is that so? Rumors abound about that hairpin, that it was crafted for you by an old flame, that it has not left your shapely head for so much as a day since the calamity. If you lost a childhood love when the lesser moon fell, you have my sympathies. But this is a new age, my dearest. Time marches on, and we must march with it. Oh, and did I mention that my family is among the richest in the Sultanate? My dude. My guy. Hells, just how thick is your bloody skull? A man crafted my hairpin, and yes, there was a time that I felt something for him, and such days, but such days are long past, and today I needn't compare you to anyone to find you thoroughly repulsive. Besides, I'll have you know that the man who crafted this still lives. What's this? My rival in love still lives? Ah ha ha ha! At long last, my task is clear. I must seek out this pretender and prove once and for all that I, Thomas, am the only one worthy of my dear Momodi's hand. Adventurer, I request your aid. Together we will seek out this man, and you will serve as an impartial judge to determine who is the worthy partner for Miss Momodi, he or I. Rest assured that you will be suitably compensated for rendering the proper decision, and for that, let us begin our search at the Goldsmith Guild. I shall await you there. He do indeed have a thick skull. Actually, does she have anything to say? I hate to drag you into this mess, Elgiva, but would you mind going along? I shudder to think of what sort of trouble that lovesick fool will stir up in my name. Yeah. I think he needs a little help. Alright, let's, over here. I think it would be funny if this quest ended with him, like, falling in love with the Warrior of Light. Just to add to the string of NPCs that are stupidly in love with the Warrior of Light. Wait. Oh, I don't talk to her. Talk to this person. Actually, what does he have to say? This one knows something of our man. I can see it in his eyes. Well, go on now. Love waits for no man. What's that? Momodi's hairpin, you say? Why, that was Momoroto's work. Momoroto. Now there's a name I have not uttered in some time. Destined for greatness, that one was. Could have been the second coming of Niels Fresney? I'm gonna assume that's supposed to be French, and we're just gonna move on. Why, he'd been with us for a scant few years when a commission came in from the Sultan herself, slaved away at the piece day and night till one day when he rose from his workbench and walked away. Some said the pressure of expectations grew too great to bear. Others others that his heart was never in the craft to begin with, still others said that it was a broken heart that drove him away. The guild lost a talented goldsmith and I lost a friend, but a man's life is his to live. Last I heard, Momoroto was passing his days as a fisherman in Crescent's Cove. If he's found happiness, I don't begrudge him his choice one bit. Anything else to say? To think that my rival to Momodi's heart has been lurking in our very midst this whole time. You have my thanks, Master Memedesu. Rest assured that the Momodi and I will spare no expense when we commission from your guild our wedding rings. Come, adventurer, to Crescent's Cove. Alright. Can I just... Yes, teleport to Horizon. Yeah. And this way. Okay, there's another quest down here that I need to do at some point. I don't think I've done it on a character that started in Gridania, so it'll be a little different. I wish there were more quests in the game like it. It's basically a treasure hunt, and the map doesn't give you anything. You have to figure it out for yourself through like puzzles and whatnot. I mean, you could Google the puzzles and do it that way, but where's the fun in that? Alright, let's talk to this guy. Not a bite. Well, tomorrow's another. What brings a mighty adventurer to this lonely fishing hole? This is Momoroto, a shabby-looking fellow indeed, but what did I expect from a craven who threw away his chance at fame, love, and glory because he couldn't bear the pressure? Oh, the ignominy of it all. She turns down my gifts of jewels and gold, yet adorns her fair locks with a trinket cobbled together by a languid Lalafell who stinks of sardines. I love how he's sitting, it's so funny. So Momodi's actually wearing that old thing. You'll get no argument from me. I hardly deserve it, nor did I deserve her. Perhaps I once did. There was a time when I dreamed of being the greatest goldsmith in the realm. Even a time when such dreams seemed within reach. The young Momoroto may have been worthy of Momodi's hand. But that dreamer is no more, and you'll not see me mourn his passing. Not all dreams were meant to be followed, and not all of us destined for greatness. But a fishing pole in his hand, and a creaky pier under his bottom, and all Momoroto's a happy man. Can you believe this? My travels have taken me to the far corners of the realm, and never have I seen a man so lacking in ambition, enthusiasm, and any other vaguely redeeming qualities. I would ask you to judge which of us is more worthy, but I think we can safely say that I am the victor by default. To the quicksand adventurer, my future bride awaits. Don't think it's that easy. It's not. But he is truly delusional. So that is what all the shouting was about. The young man's taken a fancy to Momodi, has he? I'll say this much, he's got good taste. Doesn't seem like all that bad of a fellow, a bit oversure in his own abilities, perhaps, but no more so than someone I used to know. When I gave the hairpin to Momodi years ago, she refused to wear it. Said it meant too much to her to risk losing. As to why her heart may have changed, who can say? But it's not for love, this I know. Those days are buried in the sands of time. Whether that will avail your lovelorn friend is another matter entirely. Anything else to say? If you see Momodi again, tell her, no, never mind. There might once have been time for words, but that time has long since passed. Be well, friend. And this is why I say this quest is a little sad. Like, man. It's even sadder when you find out the reason why. Can we go over this? Yes, we can. Cool. Back to Uludar. To stretch. I see how big Uludar looks on the inside. It's like it's big, but it doesn't feel as big as it looks. I do kind of miss 1.0 Uludar. If only because it was just kind of neat that you could go through the front gate. Even though it took forever. Alright, I have Hildebrand on this character too. That's something I have yet to finish, is Hildebrand. I think my main left off on Heaven's Ward. Maybe I should do some of those sometime. Not that I have a lot of interest in the relic weapons so far. They're okay. I still prefer the what was it? Shadowbringer's relic weapons were so nice, and I need to finish getting them. At least the White Mage one. Alright, what do you say? I have returned, my love, and this time I shall not move an ilm from the spot until I receive the answer I came for, the answer that I deserve. Yeah, good luck with that. Just between you and me, Algaiva, I was hoping you managed to lose him somewhere along the way. Yeah, me too. I have done my part. I have sought out this Momoroto and heard his tale, the tale of a coward who had not deserved you since the day he fled the city, forsaking your love and his future in the process. A worthy suitor stands before you, a man who promises to do everything in his power to bring you happiness, and who has the courage to put such words into action. I implore you, my beloved, undo the hairpin, free your heart from that has-been, and give unto me your hand. Listen well, because I'll repeat myself no more. I've no feelings for Momoroto, and sure as hell none for you. This hairpin is a symbol of all those who would dare to dream, a symbol and a warning. Momoroto and I were old friends. He used to come by the shop where I worked and regale me tales of all that he hoped to achieve. He burned with passion in those days, like yourself, with less style and more substance. As a wide-eyed girl, I was drawn to dreamers. I urged him on at every opportunity. When I heard that he was making something for the Sultana, I near screamed, "This is your chance, Momoroto. Craft the masterpiece. I know you have it in you. You'll go down in history, and you'll live and die. You won't live and die a nobody." So I told him over and over, until he came no more. I went to this goldsmith guild only to hear that he'd resigned his position. 'Twas then I saw the error of my ways. All the time that I thought I was encouraging my friend, I was only piling on the burden he never wanted to bear. Gracie! No! You go! You little butt. She like tried to shove my mic into my monitor. And so you wear the hairpin out of pity for this man? No, not pity. At first I felt so ashamed that I didn't think myself worthy of wearing it. Then the lesser moon came tumbling down and everything changed. At first we thought we lost everything. Then slowly but surely we began to pick up the pieces and dream again. Seeing the proud faces of those who would rise to the call and rebuild our realm, it rekindled passions in my heart I hadn't felt in years. It was then that I finally discovered a dream of my own. To stand with those who would fight for their dreams and to give them strength in the way I could. This is why I started here today. Oh, that's why I stand here today, not started. And yet, I must never repeat the mistakes of my past. Adventurer, artisan, or angler, one's true dreams, one's true strength must come from within. This is what I learned with Momoroto, and this is why I treasure his memento to this very day. Oh, my beloved, could there be in this world a more sensitive soul? The 12s should be the 13, for you, my dearest, are the goddess of dreams and compassion. Hitherto, I knew only your physical beauty, but I have seen the true beauty of your heart and soul. I am lost without you, my beloved. Make my dream come true and promise to stay by my side forevermore. Have you not been listening to a single word I said? I've devoted my life to supporting adventurers' dreams, women like Elgaiva here, who are too busy fighting for our realm to waste my bloody time. But, my beloved, our love, too, may yet save Eorzea from the shadows. Well, now, those are some interesting words. Those are the first interesting words I've heard come out of your mouth. Prove to me that they're more than just words, and maybe, just maybe, I'll reconsider. Does this mean I have a chance? Oh, merciful indeed is the goddess Momodi. I will not fail you, my love. Today, I take my leave. When I next return, you will know the true breadth and scale of my dreams. And now, my good woman, you have opened my eyes today, and for this you shall be well rewarded. You have my word. You will be in the front row for the festivities with my goddess, and I are wed. That was not even the words that were on the screen, but they're the words that came out of my mouth. Finally, some peace and quiet. I doubt he'll be showing his face here anytime soon, but who knows? He not be the first man I've seen change. Any road, thank you, Elgaiva. No matter how far we come, we can't forget the past, and thanks to you, I've been able to do some much-needed reflecting. And you just take that one. Alright. There are 3 more quests to pick up, I think, after this one. But I'm just gonna grab one of them, and that will be the last one we do for today. Back to Limsa. Over here. Hey, I have 69 Aetheryte tickets left. Can't use a single one now. We're gonna do Stroking the Haft, because this one is funny, and I think it's a good one to end on for today. My trusted assistant is ever ready for action, Kupo. Very well, I have a package here straight from Little Solace, addressed to the Long One. Moogle intelligence has confirmed that this is a Sylphic epitaph for one Hunbert Longhaft, a brassblade captain of considerable repute who leads the defense of Highbridge. Hunbert is known to be one of the most charismatic leaders in the realm. Never seen outside the company of one or more of his men, rather, I should say, women. His followers are uniformly female and fiercely loyal to their captain. For good reason, apparently. I was in Highbridge a short while ago, but the captain was unfortunately off duty. It would appear that he had business at the Weavers Guild and had taken 2 of his most loyal subordinates along with him to Ul'dah. Many happy deliveries, Kupo. So, like, normally you can find this guy on Highbridge. Like, that's just where he is, and I think the twins that are with him are usually there too. I can't remember for certain. Why I didn't just teleport back to Ul'dah, I don't know. Probably because I have 69 tickets left and I don't want to use them now. Let's go to the hosting strip. because then we can just teleport directly. This quest just cracks me up. It's just because of the amount of innuendo they have managed to shove into this one quest. Like, it is ridiculous. Okay. Also, the ending of the quest is pretty ridiculous too. How many times must I tell you, garments such as these might be fit for an ordinary man, but Hunkbert Longhaft is no ordinary man. Hells, what is keeping my package? I have your package right here, sir. My silk, at last. Ah, now this is more like it. Feel for yourself, so soft and pliant, a fabric that truly breathed. This is of Sylph-make, you see. A merchant I met in Highbridge sang its praises, and I simply had to experience it for myself. Your puzzled expression does not escape me, but Longhaft, you protest. Many a tale have I heard of your blade and the consummate skill with which you wield it, and what use would a virile swordsman such as yourself have with such delicate, even feminine fabric? An astute question, which I answer with a question of my own. You strike me as one who knows your way around the battlefield, yes? Suppose you are the commander of a formidable unit, one akin to a great machine. Now suppose the same unit was somehow constrained, forced to do battle in cramped quarters. Would your unit be able to realize its full potential in such unfavorable conditions? Verily not. Only when given room to breathe will the puissant unit swell and expand over the battlefield, and then, upon reaching the full extent of its power, thrust forth and penetrate your opponent's defenses. Do you grasp my meaning? Sure. And so I would commission a garment to be made from this silk, and yet my unit is not merely my own. No, with skilled hands under my command, see to it that my machine remains well oiled. 2 of these hands accompanied me here to Ul'dah, but it would seem they have eluded my grasp, or I have eluded theirs. Haha. Might you be a good lass and find them for me? I honestly don't know if I'll be able to read these without bursting into laughter at some point. Because like I said, it is just blatant innuendo. Let's see. One's at the Goldsmith's Guild. I forget which of the twins is here. Ah. Sapphire. The first earring I saw would look lovely on my captain, but so would that other one. Ah. Why does shopping have to be so goddamn difficult? Ah. You do well not to scare me like that. I'm a brass blade in service to Captain Hunkbert, better known as Hunkbert Longhaft. No doubt you've heard of the tales. Yep. Definitely heard something. None can deny the captain cuts a dashing figure, but I would give him a gift to further bring out his beauty. What say you, adventurer? Do any of these fine ornaments catch your eye? Ruby earrings, a sapphire ring. Okay, last time I did this, I went with the ones that matched the twins' eye color, so I'm going to do the opposite. Do you truly believe so? Some are quick to point out that the ruby is a symbol of passion, but red is also the color of jealousy and anger. Passion mixed with anger can be a dangerous thing. After all, it is not about how forcefully one manipulates the lever, or how precisely. Any road, I thank you for your honest opinion. There are those in the brass blades who do not understand the captain, those who say his exploits on the battlefield do not warrant the sizable reputation he has amassed. I know not which battlefield they speak of, but as someone who has witnessed his swordplay firsthand, I can assure you that the reality far exceeds even the tallest tales. Speaking of the captain, wherever did he run off to? I must deliver my gift before Elamui does, lest she be the one invited to work the lever tonight. Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright, and she is Alchemist Guild. So we picked the ruby for that one. We picked the blue one for this one. Where is she? Alright. So many potions, myriad powers and potencies. Surely one might serve to further harden the captain's resolve. Ah, don't frighten me like that. I was just shopping for a suitable present for my captain. You have heard the tales of Longhaft, I presume? Then you know that he is naturally endowed with both size and stamina. Still, I would see how alchemical innovation might enhance his already prodigious talents. Do any of these files, is this pronounced with a V? Intrigue you, adventurer? The ruby red potion of stamina, the blue potion of vigor. Is that so? Do you not feel that this shade of blue is somehow lacking in warmth, not unlike Taja's eyes? The first thing I would want to do is stifle the captain's flames of passion, but forgive me, you simply gave an opinion, as you were asked to do. In the past, the captain shunned alchemy in all its forms, claiming he had no need for unnatural enhancements. Recently, however, I've remarked that his blade, already renowned across Eorzea, might reach legendary stature with the right help, and he seemed suitably aroused by the idea. Oh, but I simply must be getting back. Just imagine the captain alone with her is enough to send shivers up my tail. If you pick the ones that match their eyes, they, have nicer things to say about each other. Let's see here. See, the twins are exchanging heated words. The mere suggestion that our captain partake in alchemical enhancements is an insult, not merely to him, but to the gods that endowed him with such natural talent. Ha, says the one who would see him adorn his body with gaudy trinkets. Do you even understand the true measure of a man? Ungrateful wench, you're not worthy to polish the captain's blade. Seriously. What do they have to say if I talk to them first? Let's see here. Captain, my gift will see your legendary powers raised to godlike heights. And... Captain, I have brought a gift truly perfect for one of your peerless masculine charms. Alright, now for this part. Captain, you always praise the way I calibrate your lever. You called me an engineer. Captain, you said that no machinist... Well, it should be machinist, I guess. Machinists in the realm could help keep your parts oiled as I do. Cease the senseless bickering, the both of you. You each have served me long and served me hard. Surely you realize by now that there is more than enough man to go around. While I welcome your sentiments, I have no need for shiny baubles or motley brews. The gods have seen fit to endow me well. I would fight my battle on my own merits. Fight my battle. Besides, there are more important matters at hand. Before you two came in, I had just been informed that my garments were ready. Prepare yourselves. What say you, Etaja? So dashing, so handsome, so form-fitting. I feel the flames of passion welling from within. Do promise me you will wear that next time you summon me to the control room, yes? For you, my love, anything, but we have only just begun. What say you, Elamoy? That broad chest bursting forth, those bulging biceps. My captain, this garment shows you for the god of virility you are. My only regret is that I cannot quite see under the belt. All in good time, my love. Now, do you see? There is more than enough man here for... No, Hunkbert is no mere man, for within me rages a beast with all the contain... A beast that will not be contained no longer. Oh my god. And this is just... This man's a furry. Behold, did you know that this furred snow creature is legendary for its stamina and sheer size of its manhood? Now, tell me, ladies, what would you like for Starlight this year? You, my captain, and nothing but you. Oh, this is bad. This quest. That's what I thought you'd say. Now you've gotten over your silly little catfight. I believe it's time we went on our way. For even as we speak, bandits and brigands would target innocent merchants who travel through Highbridge. Fear not, ladies. There will be time enough for pleasure when the battles have been won. Yes, sir. Oh my god. Just... Why? Why? If you thought being the Longhaft was all about sweet pleasure and bliss, you'd best think again. Prone to bouts of sibling jealousy, those two, but they're good girls at heart. All the more admirable considering their origins. Stolen from their parents when they were just babes, and sold into trade where no woman deserves to go. My unit found and freed them, but sadly the breastblades were not in the habit of taking in children. Granted their freedom, they made their living on the streets, where many turned to selling their bodies. They honed their smarts and their fighting skills. When they returned to me years later as women grown, strong and beautiful, I swore that I would have them, in my regiment that is. That they know how to properly sheathe my blade is extra benefit, albeit a most welcome one, and with that, I must return to my post. Man, this man would be cancelled. In today's day and age, this man would be cancelled. Okay. You know... I might have time to do one more of them. There's one that gives a minion, and it's a pretty short quest. So let's grab that one real quick. Oh wait, no. Limsa. My brain just totally went, where am I going again? Let's see. Yes, bar call. I don't know if I do this one, if I haven't done the side quest connected to the character, if she recognizes me or not. So I guess we're gonna find out. DPS dancing, spirits must bow. Which one is the one for the minion? Oh no, that's not till after this. Okay, I think these quests are a little longer, so might pick yeah, we can go down 30 minutes. Let's go and just grab them both, I guess. Or no. How far you've come as a carrier, and in such a short time. I knew that my pedagogical skills bordered upon genius, and I dare say I've outdone myself this time. I would reward myself with a well-deserved respite, and you with your most demanding assignments to date. I have in my paws a parcel from the Thaumaturgist Guild in Ul'dah to be delivered to Brya and Conjurer's Guild in Gridania, and I quote, with all speed. Urgent correspondence between the realm's most puissant practitioners of magic. It would only be the slightest of exaggerations to say that the fate of Eorzea may very well be riding on this delivery. To Stillglade Fane with you, Kupo? Okay. Can I... Yes, I can. Okay, let's do this one real quick. And that should be roughly the 2-hour mark. Let's see here. Conjurer's killed. Talk to Brea, and then I think we get sent directly out to talk to, go to Busker's Druthers. Wait, I have a quest? Huh? Why does it not tell me I have a quest? Temptar Dewcroft, Hawk Manor, and now this. Vengeful spirits clutch the claws of our forest home. At our very souls. Is there naught we can do to free ourselves from their grip? Oh, right, this is like the Void Scent thing. Thank the gods, I feared it would not arrive in time. This is a comprehensive summary of Void Scent sightings collected from across the realm, along with latest theories on how to deal with potential cases of possession. A young man recently approached me, you see, fearing that he had fallen under the influence of baleful forces not of this world. As the poor soul told me, he oft awakens in the darkened night in parts unknown, with bruises all over his body and no memory of how he arrived there. The mere thought sends shivers up the spine, does it not? It goes without saying that the man was quite distraught. I promised that I would gather the knowledge I could and see what might be done, what I might do to free him of his demons. Thanks to your timely delivery, I am at last armed with the information I need. But there is another rub. My subject has vanished. Even as we speak, dark spirits may have seized control of him once more, and yet I must dive into the tome immediately to have any hope of saving him. If you could track down the man, I would be much in your debt. His sister, Adok, can be found in Quarry Mill, and may have some knowledge as to his whereabouts. Okay, knowing what we know about Void Scent now, can they actually... Oh, no, this is Amtapor. No, I don't wanna. Oh, no wonder it wasn't a job quest. No, don't wanna. Hold on a second, I gotta hide that. We'll worry about that later. Anyway, as I was saying before I realized I just picked up the Amtapor Keep. Can Void Scent possess... I don't think that's one of their capabilities, is it? I imagine they could, like, cast a spell that has... or use magics that can mimic possession, but I don't think that's something they can do, right? I'm, like, racking my brain trying to think of any case in which we have seen Void Scent actually, like, possess someone. But I can't think of anything. Quarry Mill. Me flying might be faster, but I need to get myself some water and use the restroom, so I'm just gonna let this run while I go do that. So I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. Actually... Huh, that still shows up even though it's supposed to be invisible. Interesting. Anyway, back on the subject of void state and possession. I know they can possess dead bodies. So I guess it could stand to reason they can possess someone who's unconscious? And be forced out when the person wakes up because they're contending with a... I don't know. Suppose it's something I should look up at some point. Okay, let's go talk to the sister. Brea is searching for Spinny, you say? How odd. He left here bells ago, saying he would make straight for the Fane. No, this does not bode well. Perhaps he was summoned to work on the way. He makes a living at the Muntoy cellars, after all, and Master Arimont can be quite the taskmaster. You might do well to ask around there. Doubtless you've already heard, but Spinny hasn't quite been himself of late. I do not want to believe that he would hurt anyone, but I urge you to be wary. Yeah, it's not what you guys think, though. Let's see here. It is certainly a possession of sorts. Adok's brother? Ah, you mean Spin. I've been on watch here since sundown, and I fear I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. When he first started here, he was so devoted to his work that he'd arrive in the cellar's bells before his shift began. I cannot help but fear that something is amiss. Indeed. Looking for Spin, you say? Afraid I can't help you there. Hasn't come around here yet today. Possessed? Ha! I'll believe it when I see it. Like as not, his disappearance has more to do with 30 casks of Mutoy beans we need to haul up from the cellars today. Where is the last one? Are they out here? Nope. Oh. Man, it is really kind of difficult to see that golden bubble against all the background. Being like the same color and everything. Spin's gone missing again. The lad's worked hard for us, but I can't deny that his attendance has been somewhat erratic. I fear that if he does not get his act together, and soon, I may have no choice but to let him go. That said, his shift began only minutes ago. I will give him the benefit of the doubt and trust that he is making his way here as we speak. Alright, let's go out here and talk to him. He's like not that far out. Actually, I think this quest was pretty short too, so I may be able to do the last one of the 3 today. Oh, my shoulder. Ugh, where am I? You take like one look at this man's face and his cheeks, it's like, oh, this man's just a drunkard. Spin, why yes, that is my name. Beg your pardon, milady. But have we met before? I mean, do my robes not tell you where it might have come from? Dear me, I've done it again, have I? My sister, my colleagues, Brea, and even you, who I have just only met, I owe you the most profound apologies. As Brea doubtless told you, it seems that I have fallen prey to forces most sinister. They strike without warning in the black of night, seizing my limbs, inhabiting my mind, and rendering me naught but a puppet to carry out their dark designs. Come morning I awaken bruised and beaten with no memory of the horrors I have committed. O guardians of the forest, pray take mercy on my soul. If you're looking for mercy, you're begging up the wrong tree. You shite-arse, two-faced, swill-sodden lump of goobu dung. God, that's a mouthful. Pay no heed to this man's sob stories. The only sinister forces that's got him in its clutches is all Buscaroon's mead. 1,396 gil spin. That'll cover food, drink, and healing fees for the poor sod whose arm you near twisted off. But Master Buscaroon, surely this must be some misunderstanding. Why, certainly I patronize your fine establishment on occasion, but only for a single drink. I suppose that's true. I've not known the quiet, thoughtful Spin to order more than a single flagon of mead. But by the time that flagon is drained, Spin is no more, and in his place is a roaring, mead-swilling, punchin', kickin', belchin', screamin' madman whose name strikes fear in the hearts of every man and woman who's ever wanted to enjoy a drink in God's damn peace. The scourge of the druthers is not if not the whole bloody realm. I speak of you, Spencer of the bottomless cup. This cannot be. I am no scourge. I am a responsible drunkard. I know when I say when, or when to say when. I do not know what madness took me, Master Buscaroon, but I can assure you that it was an isolated occurrence. Please accept my payment, 1,396 gil in full, along with my profuse apologies for the trouble that I have caused. As for the unfortunate fellow who I may have unwittingly injured, please assure him that I will return to the druthers on the morrow to make amends in person. And with that, I must be off to the cellars. I'm already late for my shift, and Master Aramont will be rightfully furious if I tarry any longer. Farewell, my friends. Ah yes, the Conjurer's Guild. Do tell Brya that I shall endeavor to exercise my own demons. Should the dark forces prove too formidable, I shall call upon her again. Yeah, maybe stop drinking. I wouldn't get your hopes up. If I had a gil for every time I heard a Spin spout that nonsense, I'd be a rich man. And last I heard, there ain't no incantation that can cure a man's love for liquor. My character always looks so concerned. Alright, let's just mount up and we will head through the cellars here, because that'll be the fastest route. And then we just go to the pier. I seriously know my way around the ARR maps way too well. But I suppose it makes sense when I have as many characters as I do that have gone through ARR. And I have been working to level pretty much every job. Yes. I've been very bad about leveling the jobs on my main. I thought about actually doing it, but then I'm like, but it's so much work. And I have two alts that already have the jobs fairly leveled. We're here. It also just seems like it's easier to level the jobs as you go rather than finishing the MSQ and then going back to level. I don't know why. It's just a weird roadblock in my mind. It's like, I can't. Going back to level is just too painful. But if I do it while I'm doing the MSQ, it's a whole nother story. Spencer the Bottomless Cups, or Spencer the Bottomless Cup, and here I thought the name only a wives' tale, dreamed up to steer young children away from the bottle. I must confess, I am somewhat relieved to discover that the spirits that plagued the man were of the more worldly sort, though that is a small solace to the poor souls who must suffer his mead-induced wrath. Sadly, I fear that subduing drunkards is outside my field of research. Should you find the poor man in the throes of madness, pray do what you can to restore him to sanity. I'll just take the steak. Alright, It's almost been 2 hours. I think we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for today. So, Thank you for joining me on this little Moogle delivery adventure. I will probably continue it next time I stream 14. Because I would like to document the entire questline. I think that'd be fun. I'm sure someone else has done it, but, you know, more videos, more cakes. You know the saying. Anyway, have a good day. And I will see you again the next time I stream. So give me a follow on here or over on Twitter. Nope, that's not the right one. Is it links? Why did I just type the same thing again? There we go. There we go. Yeah, give me a follow over on Twitter. Or here. Or wherever. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.